Hello, you guys. How are you? I'm not even going to play background music and all that kind of stuff. Usually I do that so people can get notified, but I'm just going to come on in. Hey, Emma. Hey, Christy. Hey, Delaney. Hey, Nadie. Hey, Bella. LD. Hey, Pointer Lover. Hey, Lori. Kim D. Hey, Ashton. Connie. How are you guys? Catherine. Hey, Luana. KW10, me too. I have been pacing the floors and nervous and excited and full of all kinds of emotions because Summer's case is being talked about again, and for whatever reason that is, it's a good thing. It gets her face out there. Now, let me show you guys this beautiful baby. For those of you who are new here, or maybe I would say most people here probably know, but in case you don't, let me show you. Hold on. Summer. She's still missing, you guys. And so Summer went missing June 15th of 2021. Her family, her dad especially started on Facebook and on YouTube kind of reaching out to people to try to get the story out. They did do stuff with the news with Dr. Phil. They came to YouTube. On YouTube, they went to many different channels. All kinds of stuff happened. I mean, good, bad, ugly, all of it. It is absolute insanity. But YouTube, at one point in time, the case was so big, YouTube was completely tearing the case apart. I mean, it was hard to find. It's kind of like with Idaho right now. I mean, it's hard when there's so much stuff like that going around. You don't know what's true. Let me tell you guys, I was thinking today, think about if you followed Idaho 4, how many people were convinced that Hoodie Guy was involved or Jack D was involved or Anon or whoever. And we were wrong. So yes, that's true. Athena's body has been located. My friend Teresa is going to do a live after mine on that. And so we can talk about it there. Thank you, Lori. Hey, spread love, no hate, time traveler. So there's a couple things happening right now. Hey, Crumbs Luthen. Hey, Teresa. Things are snowballing. Hey, MK. You guys, if you have not, if you don't know a lot about it, I actually went to Tennessee. And yeah, it was interesting because, I turn onto her road and immediately the first thing you see is a poster for a missing dog. And if that poster wasn't there, I'm not sure if I would have looked at things the way that I did, but I see this poster of a missing dog and it's laminated, and every 100 yards, there's another one. And you see nothing for this missing baby, nothing. I mean, there was hardly, at the end of her, she lives on it's almost like their driveway, but it's like the back road that they live on. There's like a Paw Patrol dog and a little poster thing, but that's it, and that was really depressing. There's a lot of stuff. She was 5 and she was actually reported missing as 4. There's a lot of weird stuff with how she went missing. The day that she went missing, her mom had been out at a swimming hole with her, not with her brothers were at home, and with a teenage boy who was under the age of 16. So, there's a lot of stuff there. That teenage boy then came forward and said that at one point Summer hit her head and he had to save her in the water. So there's a lot of reasons why things went out of control. Another thing, her dad's sisters came to YouTube and started saying that they were going to bring forth charges from their past. YouTube creators really grabbed onto that, and that took the case down a road that I'm not sure it should have ever went. Then we had the parents, and they did many interviews, and then they played practical jokes on people, like pretending that Dawn had been picked up by the feds. And, it was a mess. And you know what? Guess what? Because of all of that mess, the only person who suffers is that baby right there. That's it. All sky. I love that picture. It reminds me of some of the backgrounds I use for summer stuff. Summer is the one who suffered. Summer still has not been found. She's missing, and unfortunately, the police department that, at least the local police in the area where she lives, there's not a lot of faith with them. So Don told me the only reason why he called his sister and made up that story because the sister was calling him every 15 minutes. I told him that was stupid. He said, I know. Okay, so the other day, Cracking Cases has a live, and these are some locals who have been on the case and done a lot with the case. I've talked to Cam and Allie a little bit privately. They're nice people. I have no issues with them or anything, but on their live the other night, they had different creators from the Wells community, and then Dawn actually calls in because this is important to what I'm going to show you. Dawn put out a video, but this is, you got to know before we watch it. So Don calls in and he starts going off at Betty. He says, you made me lose my job. You messed up my life. F you, and called her some names and stuff. So that's going to be part of his video. Anyways, let me show you guys some stuff. So, oops, I just quit sharing it all. Hey, Incognito Gypsy. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Amber Lou. Hey, Kid Kitty. So let me show you what Don has kind of been putting out, and then we're going to go to his video. I messaged Tim Mullen, the media manager, who I've had contact with several times, and I had some questions for him back in the past, and I probably wasn't that nice to him. And I appreciate that he even answers my messages or tells me anything because of, I've been hard on people in this case. I feel bad about it, you guys. I'll be honest. There's a part in this video where Don says that YouTube destroyed his family. And I think he's to blame for that some, their actions, for sure. But in a way, I think that he's right. And it's sad. But then again, it's hard not to call out some of the things, and not even necessarily with Don as much as Candace. Because look here, we do not know anything. The sister's story, we don't know about that. People assume that Summer was we don't know. None of that could be true. We actually truly don't know. Think of all the things that we got wrong with Idaho. Hey, Xantor, good to see you. Jessica Gillen case. Don and Candace destroyed their own family. I know. I think you're right. But, I made this little picture of Summer. I thought it was so pretty, but it wouldn't fit in my thumbnail, but just because of her name, Summer Moon. And then that picture, she's the most beautiful little baby in the world. You go back, if you didn't follow the case, there's a video her mom put on social media where she's like dancing out in the rain in front of a red truck or in front of a red barrel. And the barrel has letters on the side that say for sale. Summer looks like she's being coached, what to do. And that's another point of contention with this case. I know. I love that picture so much. Look at that beautiful baby. Those bright blue eyes. Okay. We're going to go look at Don's recent stuff, but I grabbed this. This was a picture where he says this is the last photo taken of Summer and her dad. Okay. Another point of contention was her hair. She had a shaved head. They had different stories of why, and that alone is nothing. Vicky, there is some new stuff, but not with her case, not from police, just from her parents. So this is, he's reaching out to Dog the Bounty Hunter, asking for help. Dog Chapman, please help us find our daughter and other missing children. What they must be going through can be nothing short of pure hell. Please help the children. We're praying. Now, if anybody remembers that recording that I played of a phone call, I don't know how to feel about Don. I go back and forth. That recording of him saying what he thinks happened. And, he was always, one thing I can say is Don was always very clear that he loved Summer, and he was always very clear about wanting to get her name out, get her face out, that kind of stuff. When he went to jail, that completely stopped. That stopped. Candace did not do that, Hey, Vanessa. They are together, Pointer Lover. Hey, Peach. They are together. At least they were in the same place recent, hanging out together. I believe they are back together. They're wanting to get their boys back. Okay. They're wanting to raise $10,000 to get their boys back. This is his new cover photo. I saved that. I don't even know why he just changed it. Here's something I thought was kind of interesting. He shares Christmas Eve in Tennessee, heartbroken. They're up there. They lost their other kids. They had 3 boys. And those boys are with the state. Hey, Deco. We got a barrel to burn trash. There's nothing wrong with that. No, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I agree with you. I mean, I think a lot of these things, that's my point. One of my points. Back then, I think like I just don't want to judge people and think that they're guilty when they're not. That's not fair. And we've seen it happen so much. And nobody knows what happened this summer. Nobody. If they did, then we would know where she was, and somebody would be in jail. So he's definitely been in his feelings. Then this was interesting. He said, police had the road blocked this morning, had me come to a stop just in time to witness a deer that had been hit as they put one bullet to the head. It struggled for quite a while. My stomach is in knots. Dawn posted that. Okay, so then today, this comes on Facebook. So remember, the other day he's cussing out YouTubers and stuff. This is kind of a response to that. Hold on. And I'm going to play the video. He did an interview with White Boy Lockdown Radio, and we're going to listen to some of that. Okay. Where is the sound, bro? Here it is.
But I keep telling all these white YouTubers that.
I wonder if it'll start over from the beginning. Okay.
I'm very sorry, but I keep telling all these white YouTubers that N-words. I get upset. Our family's been completely destroyed. We turned to YouTubers for help to help find our daughter, and these people have done nothing but destroy our family completely. They haven't helped us. Some are helping, don't get me wrong. I'm sorry. Some people are actually really trying to help. But there's a lot of people out there trying to destroy us completely on false accusations and all these things. But I apologize. I shouldn't have lost my cool. I don't mean to cuss. When I get upset, it's just we've been through so much. And I apologize. Thank you.
Okay, you guys.
I'm very sorry. But I keep telling all these.
My heart, I can't help it. I feel for them. I think that, have they done things wrong and made some dumb choices like the pranks and this? Yes. And do I have questions about what happened? I very much do, and more towards one than the other, but I have a lot of questions. But, they were exploited. They were. That is just the truth. There were some channels, who did great with them, but, some did exploit them. And that is, it's just the way it is. Oh, I'm so sorry, Connie. I'm really sorry to hear that. How about we don't call anyone the N-word? Exactly. Yeah, he did it. He's talking to White Boy Lockdown. So, I'm sorry, Mama Bear. What the heck? Now he's talking to a reason, not very lesser known one who's nasty. I don't know anything about that. Hey, Tia. Back with pizza. Yum. Thank you for continuing to cover this precious baby. She holds a big piece of my heart. I live close to them. It's just heartbreaking. We need answers. You are so welcome. And you know what? I can't stop until she's found, and I can't stop then until whoever did this pays. That's just, my heart is just all the way in it. And that is the only thing I want. I'm not interested in making things look more dramatic to get more viewers. I'm not interested in interviewing the parents or any of that. I just want her to be found. It has been such a fucking circus, and the chaos and the craziness. The Wells case did very much like the Watts case. It became its own community, and you have a lot of creators arguing back and forth, and it's just a mess. They're very good actors. I have sympathy, but it stops at some point. I agree with you. It happened that day, I think, and I think Grandma knows more about protecting Candace. I think Grandma knows more too. And I think Dawn protects Candace. Dawn oftentimes tells us how much Candace loves her kids. He would say it more than she would. I agree, Rescue Mom. Hey, Mystic. So I messaged Tim because I started hearing that Dawn was wanting to raise $10,000 to get the kids back. I assume for a lawyer, but that's my assumption. So I messaged Tim Mullen and I said, can you give me any information about this fundraiser that Dawn's wanting to do and them wanting to get the kids back? And he sent me the link to this video here. And then he said, white boy, go. I actually think I forwarded it. He says, updates on facebook.com. See the white boy video. Okay. So we're going to watch that. Also, I know that Dolly Vision had been down there and had been in their home and stuff. And he came out and said, and he took some heat for it, that, he doesn't believe, he said he hung out with Dawn all day and that Dawn seemed very genuine about wanting to find Summer. It's kind of interesting the way that things are going, but see there, that is Dolly Vision's video there. They shared it on Find Summer Wells. And the last post that was made was August. You guys, during this time period, I had been writing Tim, not the parents, but and saying, hey, Dawn's out of jail now, because he got out of jail right around this time. I'm like, or was it in October? But anyways, right around the end of the fall or the end of the summer, beginning of fall. I was like, are you guys going to do YouTube interviews? What are you going to do to get her face and name out there? And nothing. Like, I got no response. Typically I would get a response of some sort. And everything just went completely quiet. So the fact that, it doesn't really matter why, just the fact that her name is getting out there again and, people are talking about the case, it gives me like a lot of hope, and my heart is just completely full about it, because
just got better.
It's really depressing. You see these cases on YouTube, they get so popular, and it's like people care, like all these people care so much about this case, but then 6 months later, it's like it never happened and they're just on to the next. I don't know. It can be depressing, I feel we are getting close. I sure hope so, David. I'm so surprised how many believe she's out there somewhere alive. I envy your continued faith and hope. I really do. I hope you're right. See, I know, Nay. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure that I think she's out there, unfortunately. Oh, thank you, Amanda. That's really sweet. That's the thing. People, I think because it became such a circus, it was really hard to follow. Did you see a body had been found in Grady County? Is that in Oklahoma? I did see that, but I don't know what county. I can't remember. Oh, thank you, Mama Bear. Police said there was proof of life on 6/15/21. Police also said there's no sign of abduction. They've said that they believe that she's somewhere close to the home. They don't believe that she just walked off, because, she most likely would have been found. We know that. Let's go back to the 911 call. I mean, come on. Mom says that she had went for a walk. There was lots of weird stuff happening there. Why was Summer reported missing as a 4-year-old and given photos of a little girl with long hair when she was a 5-year-old with no hair? Why was she reported missing as like the size of your average 2 to 3-year-old, as far as weight and height go, and not like a 5-year-old? Who was the last person to see Summer? And who was it? Mom? Was it the brothers? The story changes, so we don't know. And I shared a video on my community page where we really got into that, like playing their own words. And I swear to God, that's a question that I still don't know the answer to. Who was the last person to see her, and when and where did they see her? Was she inside and had went outside? I mean, they gave, like I said, 3 different stories. Did you walk her over to the house? Was she last seen going outside to play? Was she last seen inside and you were outside? Vice versa. It's just a freaking mess, you guys. I think she may have been exchanged from a debt and can be sadly a part of an underground operation. A lot of people have thought that. And if you see her dancing out in front of that barrel, that makes you wonder. Call me crazy, but I fully believe it's more Candace and Grandis than Dawn. First thought 100%. Dawn. Dawn is not a committed. Dawn has done a lot wrong. Candace needs to be questioned and made to answer. True crime crazy. I kind of lean towards that as well. I want to know how, in this technological day and age, law enforcement couldn't outsmart two literal backwoods hillbillies and figure this out. Not being mean because I'm from the South too, but those two aren't smart. I know. And look, that's been a huge topic in this case. People are like, there is no way that they could outsmart police. Arkansas, I'll put it in the chat. But you know what I've always said to that? They may not be book smart, but that doesn't mean they're not, one, street smart, and two, good at manipulation. Because people who think about it, they've probably had to fight for what they wanted a lot more. And, a lot of manipulation comes in with that. Now, don't get me wrong, they're not broke either. Don has a good paying job. There ain't no reason that baby should have lived in the bedroom. Like, I wish that he would have used scraps and fixed up her bedroom and that kind of stuff. They were not broke. I agree. I am Kim. Kim, I am. Sadly, I don't think she got out of the car alive. Well, and this is just his opinion, but there was a speech analysis that was going over, the way Candace describes to Chris McDonough in that interview, Summer getting out of the truck that day. And he said the same thing, Mommy. He said that the way that she says that, and she says it twice, he does not believe that she got out of the truck. Truth teller, oh my God. The local law enforcement, it's a little bit frustrating. The sheriff, his son, was arrested for like 20 counts, I don't know, several counts with 4 different little girls of, touching them, okay? He got a 20-year sentence that was then suspended to 1 year that he didn't even do. He was sent home to do it. I mean, it's unbelievable. I don't know. What are you talking about, David? And who are you? Hey, Woofy. I'm hoping one of the boys gets old enough to realize something was off and it hits them what really happened and they speak up. Those boys love that little girl. They probably, oh my God, I know. Can you imagine? Okay, yes, Nanny, I'm glad you brought that up. So for people who haven't followed this case fully, Candace had an older sister who's also missing and never been found. Now, the chances of that, there are so many weird things in this. Look, what are the odds of someone in your family going missing and never being found? What are the odds of that happening twice? What are the odds of you going swimming and your child having an accident where they have to be saved? I mean, they're not high. It's not going to happen every time. What are the odds that a freak accident happens at the watering hole in the same day some kind of other freak accident or incident happens that takes Summer away from everybody? What are the chances of that? Surely to God, I don't know. It just, mathematically, it has never made sense. I've not followed this case because I was so busy when it was first happening. Is there a possibility it's just Grandis? Ava, you should. Okay, so the day that this happens, Mom, Grandma, and Summer all go out to take Grandma to the doctor. While Grandma's at the doctor, they go to the swimming hole. Then they come home and, they leave the other kids at home, the 3 other kids at home. And Dawn is at work. They come home and supposedly just put up groceries, which they only stopped at the store for 5 minutes, but they also had so many groceries they had to have the boys help. There's another inconsistency. Then Mom goes over to help Grandma fix her knee brace, and there's a couple stories. We have one that she walked Summer all the way to the house. We have one that, Summer went outside to go swing from the inside. That's why I say who was the last person to see her and where, because it's not clear. But regardless, when she's done with that, Summer's gone. Then Mom goes and takes like a 30-minute drive looking for her, then comes back and calls the police. And she also supposedly took a walk, or they say in the call at one point went on a run. I don't know. She went on a walk. Thank you, JD. So the only two people supposedly that were there are mom and grandma. Now, there's a lot of rumors Dawn may have been there. There's a lot of rumors other people may have been there. We just don't know. Hey, David, we want you to find Summer. What's wrong? Nobody's going to attack you. I've always felt that Dawn doesn't know what happened to her, but Candace does. That's really interesting because, even look, they had the behavioral panel. They spoke to them and they both said Dawn is very genuine and upfront. I think that he's, very forthcoming, or however you want to say it. But Candace, the opposite. I think someone killed her by accident. Me talking about Dawn Wells and Candace, people are saying I'm Dawn. I've always wondered if it was an accident, if that's kind of one of my main theories, is that there was some sort of accident because of not being supervised or something like that. People underestimate these underground sex operations. They're happening all around us and in front of our faces. I know you're right. And that is so scary. People don't have to be rich to be clean. Absolutely. Think about like your like grandparents, and like back in the day, like a lot of people didn't have a lot of money, but you could still be clean. I don't think she ever got out of the truck, and Lawson's son, for some reason, makes me question the Trent story and the validity of it. Then, hey, Mallory, then we had all these random people coming out, right? We had Jose, this man that used to live there, that came out doing YouTube interviews. And then he all of a sudden randomly dies. Oh, and when he's asked where his cell phone is, he says he threw it in the ocean. Like, there's weird stuff all around. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Summer and family wasn't high enough in community stature in their minds to invest it. Oh my God, that is so sad. Oh, you're probably right. It's that runs all through me, because that really pisses me off, because not only is it so wrong, but it's just, likely true. It says address not found. Did you spell it right? It's rip your heart out and die, like tie-dye, DYE at Gmail. Okay. I don't think anyone would want to take in wait, what? I wouldn't think anyone would want to take another person's child. What do you mean, Mommy? I mean, if there was an accident, why not call police? Can't buy it personally. Well, I mean, if there was an accident because you were drunk off your ass or high or, doing something wrong, maybe, or, especially with other children there. I don't know. That's kind of, because I thought that too, Tia. But then, like, ATS News actually is who first was like, well, she kind of made me see that it's possible that's what happened. Hey, Britt. So y'all are making me want to play this red. I'm going to have to show you guys something really quick. Just before we go any further, because, thank you, Britt. This video of Summer dancing in front of the red barrel, because you guys are talking about that. And it is just, if you've never paid attention, like, very closely, you got to watch this close. Oh man, Bieber's live. Leave it to Bieber. I love her so much. People exist. So they have a video of her, and you can see that she's being directed. Okay. And it is, the barrel is in behind her that says, for sale. Let's see where it's at. Summer Wells. For you guys. I just wanted to. Okay. Do they show it in that one? No. Let's try it. I don't know if they do, but we're going to look at this video. That is just so sad about Athena.
The video of Summer Wells dancing in front of the red barrel is something that is still on my mind. Today I want to share with you how the appearance of the barrel has changed throughout the case. In this video, the barrel is clearly red, upright with the words "for sale" painted on it.
Watch
Summer
her.
looks like she is being told how to walk initially, then to stand in front of the barrel and twirl. As soon as she wanders too far from the barrel, it seems like someone immediately calls her back. When Chris McDonough visited the Wells property during his interview with Candace Bly, I observed that the barrel wasn't upright anymore.
Now she does a twirl. I'm going to find a better video. I'm going to restart this, but she does a twirl. She goes out of focus. She stops, and you can tell that she's like listening, and then she's like, okay. And then she does a twirl, and then she stops, and she's kind of like, what now? What do I do now? In my opinion, this is just in my opinion, but let me show you again, and I'm going to try to find a better video of it.
Video of Summer Wells dancing in front of the red barrel is something that is still on my mind. Today I want to share with you how the appearance of the barrel has changed throughout the case. In this video, the barrel is clearly red, upright with words "for sale" painted on it. Summer looks like she's being told how to walk initially, then to stand in front of the barrel and twirl. As soon as she wanders too far from the barrel, it seems like someone immediately calls her back. When Chris McDonough visited the Wells property during his interview with Candace Bly, I observed that the barrel wasn't upright anymore.
Okay, I found it, but let's see. Okay, so apparently they think that it was painted, but I mean, it could be a different barrel. I don't know. But okay, let's check out this one just really quick.
2 days ago. See the link in description to watch the full video. While watching the interview, I noticed that Don started talking about Facebook and TikTok and how Candace put pictures of Summer on there. He said that he thinks someone saw those pictures and wanted Summer to themselves or for the sex trade. The first thing that came to my mind when he said that is the video of Summer dancing in front of the red barrel. It is clear in that video that she is being coached in some way. For example, it looks like she is told to twirl, etc. Now, there might not be a connection at all.
Do y'all see how she stops? Hold on. Just, oh my God, this poor baby. And I'm not saying this is true. I don't even know, I don't know. She could be directing her. I mean, I direct my kids sometimes when I'm taking pictures and videos. I'm like, okay, smile pretty, do this. So not that it, means anything, but just, it is bothersome. I got to admit, it really is. Because watch her. She'll stop, and it's almost as if she's listening. Like there, but not really. Wait till this next one. Right there. She twirls and see? Oh my God, that pretty baby. She's just so full of energy and life and love. And oh my God almighty. Okay. Let me see what you guys think. And the point this is kind of going against my point. My point is that we don't need to be saying that these parents did this. We don't know. We need to take it easy on them a little bit. However, should we be honest about the things that stand out? Of course, I think so. I mean, maybe we could ask them. How did you what was for sale? Who painted that on the barrel? Why was it put right in behind her like that, Or did you even notice it was behind her? I want to know. Country Peeps in that area has for sale road on shit all the time. Don't see anything wrong there. Sorry. I mean, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. It could be for anything. However, I don't know. She waits for approval. I know. I agree. Dawn did say she loved to twirl. To me, okay, there's another point. I don't know what this is. It could have been nothing to the parents, but then because they were posting this stuff on social media, some pervert could have seen it and thought, look at that little girl. And then guess what? I've always said this. If someone followed them home, Summer, was not being watched at the time. Candace was with Grandis and doing whatever else. I don't know, because it makes my brain crazy. I think that there's so many possibilities, but the water yet at Warrior, I don't get it just because they went there all the time. I went out there and we created like a little memorial for her and stuff. And my God, just seeing that like from the exact angle that they filmed it that day, it was just makes me sick. That nice car, yet the kids didn't even have a proper bedroom, no bathroom door. Well, Sky, think about this. November of 2020, Candace is on Facebook posting photos of Paw Patrol towers and LOL doll or LOL book bag and really nice toy. That Paw Patrol towers runs almost $100. 9 months later, Summer goes missing and she has hardly any toys in her room at all, just a couple little things. And her favorite thing is Paw Patrol. Well, why 9 months ago were you selling like a very nice, expensive Paw Patrol toy? I mean, maybe it was her brother's and she didn't like Paw Patrol yet at that time. I'd like to ask about that. I don't know, Vicky. I do not know. Crime sleuthing. Well, I'll tell you guys what. Grandis goes to a missing persons event every year for her daughter. She sets up a table for Rose and, talks to different people in the field as far as finding missing people and stuff like that. And this year or last year, she did like a special spot for Summer as well. It is interesting. May mean something or nothing at all. Yep. But I'm a country girl. Could be more. Thank you, Dee. Another reason not to put your babies on social media. I'm pissed at all the people that sidetracked this case. It was always about this baby. Well, that's what I was thinking. I wanted to ask you guys, like, YouTube has been such a huge part in this case, but to be honest with you, how has it helped? Awareness, but besides that, I'm telling you, it's happening right in front of our faces. I think a debt was owed and an exchange occurred. Well, there's another interesting thing. Right after, Don talks about having $50,000 that he borrowed or he owed. There was some weird stuff with some large amounts of money. Always felt she was told to dance, but she jumped up and down a little wildly, so they knew she loved to twirl and said, "Twirl for me." Yes, Mom. Oh, thank you, Tar Heels fan. Hey, Lips. The entire situation is disturbing. How could she just have disappeared? The living situation was frightening. Being there, though, you, Alex, gave me goosebumps. Oh, thank you, Tia. Well, it was really interesting to see it all in person. You see the hillside of their house, and there's all their toys and stuff on it, but it's so steep. It is much steeper than like you can even picture. I could hold up my video camera and try to show how steep it was, but it wouldn't transfer onto. It's weird. And sometimes like with makeup and stuff like that, one color will look this way in person, but on camera it looks another way. And I think that's kind of part of it. But yeah, they had to take off the bad part of the home, so no bedrooms there is now. But it's so steep. Not only that, you go the whole back side of their house. It's a very steep mountain that goes to a creek, okay, and then the road. So in order for her to make it to the main road, at least on that whole back side, probably a third of the property, she would have to climb down the steepest mountain. And I'm a country girl too. I grew up barefoot in the woods. I loved it. Jumping creeks, climbing mountains, riding four-wheelers, all that stuff. I loved it. And let me tell you, as a little girl who grew up in the mountains, I don't think that she could have climbed down it easily. This would be something that would be like a challenge that maybe her brothers maybe could do, or I just don't see her just running off and getting down this hill. Not only that, after she gets to the bottom, there's a creek that is a big creek. It almost looks like a little river. It's got white water. It's pretty deep. And then after the creek, there's an embankment that's almost like a complete like 90-degree angle straight up and down with the ground. And then at the top, you have a guardrail. I mean, it's not just she could wander off into the road. It's kind of like a big journey, and seeing in person, you really see that. Oh, Lori, it was so weird. It's hard to explain the feeling. When you get mixed up with the wrong people and you owe a debt, I'm not saying she wanted to versus it was the only payment she had left. Maybe originally agreed to have her returned, but didn't. A lot of people have thought about that and even wondered if she had, that had went on before. Temporarily or whatever. Spilled my soda. I just don't believe it happened the way that Candace and Dawn says. And I think that is the reason she hasn't been found yet, not the right info. Well, here's my thing. And this is what the stance I'm going to take moving forward. I'm going to cover updates. I'll cover old stuff. Well, I'll come back to summer, forever. But I want to be really careful with my channel to not blame. I just want to help. I don't want to hinder. So I want to be really careful about, I don't want to be the cause of anybody's pain. And I don't want to make a situation that's already so awful any worse. Yeah, Grandis does. Let me show you. I think I have, are you talking about the missing, like the ceremony? Hold on. I think I've got some photos in my overlays of it. Yes. So here is the table that Grandis set up for her daughter last year at the missing persons event. And where the heck is it? Michigan? No. What's wrong with my brain? Where they were from. So that was really sweet to see. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, here's the memorial, that some of the stuff that we set out for summer. And then let me see what else I've got. Oh my God. I love that photo. I love these photos. I mean, I don't know. Yes. So look, Rosemarie Bly, Wisconsin Missing Persons Advocacy Incorporated held their annual Missing Persons Awareness event today. Rose's mother, Candy Harrer, goes every year and has a table for Rose. This year, she added a table for Summer. They also are having a 2-day online Lights of Hope event with luminarias, or however you say that, for missing persons. And then we have Summer there. That was Summer as a baby. Look at her. Okay, I'm coming back to the comments. Hold on just one sec. I just want to show a couple more things. Here is her missing one of her flyers. I love the photos of her in front of the tree. She's just a little doll baby. And then this was the photo that so many people have wondered about. So there was a video taken on the way home from the swimming hole right before she went missing. Something really interesting to me was that they put her in this outfit, which was a school clothes outfit. She was about to start kindergarten. She already had her clothes. She had been to the doctor. She was signed up for kindergarten. And this was an outfit for school. So I've always found that really interesting. They put that on her, and maybe she was cold getting out of the water. But, that day, her mom said that she had her in a bathing suit because it was so hot. So to see her going home in the pants and the jacket, a lot of people have wondered, is she okay in this photo? There's a video and mom's like filming her, and her arm goes up in the air and then it comes back down. And, this picture has just been talked about. Yeah, rescue mom. I know. And then you have like the parents. I used to have that on video, them talking about like the shaving the head incident. Her energy comes right through the photo. I know. Oh my God. You're talking to Candace again? Holy moly. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Not confirmed for sure about the doctor. Okay, because that's what I was thinking. I was thinking she had either been or she was about to go. But I know she had to go. She already had school clothes and she was signed up for school. She looks okay. Skin color is appropriate. Okay, now look at this photo. This is around the belt of her that day. And I've always wondered what that could be. Is it her bathing suit wet that's like come through? I don't know. That bothers me. I got to be honest. Oh, thank you, Gypsy. I think something's going on in the photo. They can't agree when and where she changed the swimsuit. And where was the swimsuit when they got home that day? I still think the hair had to do with lice. I'm going to ask those questions. Good, Lips. Good. Oh my God, I totally will. Look, I'm not here to crucify anybody. I'm not against anybody. I'm all for finding Summer. I really don't want anybody to blame anyone here. And that's just what I'm going to stick to. I have questions. I have my opinions. There are things that don't look right. I mean, that's just the truth, but it doesn't look just wet. I know. That's kind of my thought too. I was just curious what you guys thought about that. Let me see what else I've got. These are just saved in my thing. I always thought she looked fine here too. Like a lot of people have talked about her hands being swollen. And also people have talked about maybe a possible bruise on her right side or left side. I think it's most likely the shadow from how she's laying. But think about how we picked apart the footage of the grub truck and think about how we're all like, that guy's guilty, he's acting weird, and come to find out he was literally being a friend, walking them home, walking them to get food, and trying to look out for them. Not walking them home, walking them like home from the bar, like away from the bar and to get their food, and probably would have. I mean, you can see he's like, hey, they left me. And we're all blaming this kid. Oh, he's in Africa. He's got a cabin. Look at his hunting pictures. Like, come to find out, none of that mattered. It was not relevant literally at all. I don't know. It's crazy. So I don't want to do that to these parents who may look bad in some instances, but that doesn't really mean anything. Yes, Lips. Which one? Good point, Rescue Mom. The brothers still had long hair. Thank you, Lynn. Yes, for dropping channels. And you guys don't even actually, let me grab, you guys don't even have to do that. But I noticed, hold on. Here's, I can do it some too. And I meant to do this when y'all were dropping the other ones. Drop Brittany's link too. Let me see. Okay, that poor kid wasn't properly taken care of regardless. MK, you know what? You're right. Sadly, I mean, I do agree. Look, it's a country way of life. There is a little bit of it's different when you're from like the country, like Appalachian Mountain type, but I want to take care of my kids much better than that. I would not be, I don't know. Y'all just might be surprised how your minds may change. You better message me, girl. I'm telling you, please, because I got to know. I missed the apology from Don. So he apologizes for cussing out a YouTuber. He says that YouTubers ruined his life, that kind of stuff. The milk pick. Okay. Oh, thank you, Riddler. Dawn said on video that Summer had on that outfit on the one picture. Huh. I must have missed this. Yeah, are you okay, Gypsy, by the way? Please do not state opinions as facts. Are you talking to me, Woofy? Oh, yes, Nadie's melts. Hey, Trulia, good to see you. They were carpetbaggers, not from around here. Probably lice. Hey, Sean. Still loving my melts. Oh my God, they're so good. It could have been a punishment. I've wondered about that. I honestly have. I'm going to see what videos I have as well, just to do like a quick thing. So yeah, he just talked about YouTube ruining his life. We can go watch that White Boy Lockdown Radio. I know that he's threatened to strike before, but here, let me play this clip here.
Won't be able to, I'm blocked away where she can't be outside or play with a puppy or anything. Love nature, and it's that's my greatest fear, that she's not able to do any of these things anymore, or that she could possibly, I don't want to think she's dead, but it's a possibility. I don't want to address all the negativity. I just want to focus on the positive, because it's so easy to get.
Good, Gypsy. Lots of us have had addictions. Absolutely. They chose their lifestyle. Yep. I'm from the country in North Carolina. Those kids did a ton of things. Now, that is true. You can see all over their social media. They were definitely going out and doing a lot of stuff, That's true, Kelly. It is true. I mean, you can't quit. Look at the things they were doing, and coming on here drunk and that kind of stuff didn't help. It just didn't help. And then also some of the people that they hooked up with and were talking to were exploiting it. I mean, I remember we had creators screaming at the parents, "Where'd you bury her?" And telling their audience that, the parents were guilty. They knew it and this and that. And they were like suspects, just all kinds of stuff that just wasn't true. I go back and forth, you guys. You talk to Dawn every day. Everything I say is pure speculation. I know, Tia. That's why I saved that video. Here, let me show you guys. Hey, Seth. I do see you. Hey, Alexander. Oh, thank you for being here. Let me show you guys if you haven't heard it. This is Summer as a baby in the video. She's just like cute. Like, how do you say that? She's just like gooing and gawing and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I love that so much. I love hearing her like that. Hey, Valerie. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Valerie's got a channel, and she does great, but she does late night stuff, so I miss a lot of it. But I know her voice. Oh my God, always Team Summer. Oh, I love that. There are still things about this case that, me and Nay have been kind of working on something that we haven't put out there, only because there is a slight possibility it could be, could lead to something, and the case is more important than YouTube. This YouTube, it's fun. Like, we get to talk to each other. We have friendships, and we have the same interests, and we have great conversations, and YouTube has been a major blessing in my life. But at the end of the day, it's YouTube, and this is a baby, and that's what's most important. So I know. Hey, I got some new emojis. Where's my phone? Did y'all see? Because y'all, I kept getting comments about sounding like Britney Spears. So Crime Sleuthin sent me a couple, which was really sweet. I told her that she should charge and make them for people, but I don't think she's gonna do it. But let me get in my chat on my phone so I can see if you guys are using any of them. We have Britney Spears. We have one that says "daggone" because I always say that. Yes, Ava, yay! Tried to do a bomb because I always say you the bomb. I'm stuck in the 90s, I guess. Oh my gosh, how cute! Britney Spears making the dumb face. Google Earth Pro. I know. Nate, what did you say? Nate is awesome. I can't believe Nate found something. I can't wait to show you guys. I heard of that, Sort of the Spirit. That's really sad. Really, really sad. It's Britney, bitch. Yeah, we got Brittany, we got Dagon, and the little like Brittany emoji that says oops. Hold on. If only I did that much walking on the earth in real life. I know. Okay, let's go back to just so we know. We can just watch a minute of it. I think he likes to strike anyways a little bit. But hold on. I want to watch the video because when I reached out to the media manager, this is what he said the updates were. He said, watch this video, watch White Boy video. So we're going to watch it and then we'll know. We'll have to pause for fair use, but that's okay.
Worry about theft of your mail and packages? Wouldn't it be great if you can manage and read your mail when away on...
Okay, we're going to skip forward just a little bit. Past the intro, let me check on you guys in chat, and then we'll get right to it. Don loves his kids. Absent parents. Okay. Now, I do know that there was a YouTuber who reached out to the DA's office about Summer, and they did have a long conversation. I thought about talking about it on here. She basically said, without a body, they're not going to move forward on the investigation. No, she didn't basically say that. She did say that. Yes, I will drop his link. Hold on one second. I called in over there on his channel today on Dolly's. I'm not like a huge fan. I don't watch it much, but I have no problems with anybody. I just thought it was really interesting. He just went to the Wells house. He was in the home. He hung out with Dawn, and then he came forward to speak on Dawn's innocence almost. I am Kim. So yeah, I called in there. I have it recorded, but I just basically said, were your feelings different after being there? And he said, yeah, on YouTube, it's like almost like you're watching a movie. But to see them and see everything in real life is so different. But okay, let's listen for a moment.
Tennessee, Summer Wells, when that fiasco started, I had no intention to ever go in there, ever. That's when I really saw their true colors and all the. But I got to give the people a quick backstory on me and Mr. Wells. If you're subscribed to the channel new, you don't know the history between me and him. Before the divorce happened between me and the tragedy pimps out there in the Petito case, when they decided to go to the Tennessee, Summer Wells, when that fiasco started, I had no intention to ever go in there, ever. That's when I really saw the true colors and all the snake.
This is irrelevant, but happening. Whatever.
But before I really saw the true colors, I spoke to them. I'm not going to go to Tennessee. Me and my wife, we had no plans to go there. And this thing happened with Benny Keys and them. So I implanted myself and just stepped in to stick up for them because this guy was attacking them. Later down to the Summer Wells thing, Benny and them. But I called. Molly gave me Don Wells' number.
Okay, so maybe that was just a backstory of like, I think he had thought about going there before. He was kind of talking to some of those people, didn't work out, whatever. I don't care about that. So
called him, spoke to him, and 10 seconds later, when I get off the phone with him, Benny Keys calling my phone, right? And after that, I made some videos about him. I think a lot of people in true crime made videos about him, and it wasn't fair to the guy. Look, I don't know what your opinion is with Don Wells and Candace Wells, but at the end of the day, you have TBI there, there's FBI there, there's local police there. Look, they've never faced charges. They've never been in trouble. Sure, he's
okay, that's true. They do have TBI and FBI there, and they have not been charged yet. So I'm sorry, Lucy. I wish that you could. I wish that there was an option that everybody could use them. I think since the parents are addicts and don't live a healthy lifestyle, makes some people question the parents' possible involvement anymore. Cricket, I agree. I do. Okay.
He's been arrested for something other than the disappearance of Summer, but he's never been convicted or even charged for anything in that missing case. Okay, and this video is not about Summer Wells. This video is about Don. So now let's get the backstory.
Okay.
He went to jail, and I knew that he got out of jail. And as of recently, I'm seeing him.
Now, for those of you who just came in, we are watching this because when I reached out to the media manager, I asked, can you give me a statement can you give me a statement about Dawn doing a fundraiser for $10,000 in order to help get the boys back? And he said, updates on findsummerwells.com and White Boy's video. Okay. And then they had the video linked. So that's why we're listening.
A little bit here and there on YouTube, or at least in titles of YouTube videos. Subscriber sent me a video of the tragedy pimp with the bullhorn when she was on Cam's Cracking Cases panel. And the subscriber sent me this because she was lying her ass off in this video, which will probably be for a separate video. But on this video, she says that she's in contact with Don Wells still after bragging about getting him fired. And I believe he called Cam's phone on that line. I don't know if he hit the link or if he called in, because it was on a clip channel that I got sent.
Okay, so this is kind of what I told you guys at the beginning. Don went on to Cracking Cases, and he lost it. He cussed Betty out because Betty was saying, I still talk to Don right now. I have his phone number now. And he came on and said, you ruined my life. You made me lose my job. You accused me of things that I never did. And then, there was some name calling, and that's why he did the apology video that we watched.
But he was like, hey, you're a piece of dirt, this and that. You got me fired, lady. You're nothing to me. He went off on her. But and then I saw another video, which I won't name the channel. And what I heard was that Don Wells was trying to raise money for his sons that got taken and that were in CPS. Look, I don't know what your opinion is on Don Wells, but I thought that was a noble move if it was true. Okay, he's trying to get his kids.
Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right
kids back.
See, I'm curious about this fundraiser. Would people be willing to help? I think so, but I think that it would be a lot better if they had like direct access to the lawyers or something like that. And I know there's quite a lot of people who would never help with that because they don't want them to go back there. I just think it's interesting that they would even come out with the idea of that, knowing everything that's happened. But whatever.
Tough road for somebody in his position. Somebody in his position is a very tough road. I only know one felon personally that has got out of prison with a felony and literally got the rights back to his children. I used to work with that guy. A lot of respect for him. But I heard Don was doing this, so I did reach out to him. Yeah, I got the screenshots to prove it. Receipts.
Okay, pausing for fair use because we can't just watch his video. I'm so blown away that this is the video that the media manager sent, said to go watch for an update. Why am I shocked about that? I don't know. I am though.
So I'll put them throughout this video or at the end something. But I'll just read you what the conversation was. Mind you, I reached out to him because I heard about this. He was trying to raise money to retain his kids back. So being that I heard it, then I saw him or heard him on the panel, I said, you know what, this would be a good time to mend the little bruises that we've had on YouTube.
Jen Lou, that is said so perfectly. I 100% agree. That's why I said if there was a direct way to pay an attorney, and if there was look, I've said from day one when Candace went off YouTube that I thought it was possible. She was straightening her shit up. And it was a good thing because, look, you know how it is. You get drunk. especially if alcohol is your DOC, but you get a buzz and you drunk text or whatever. So she would get a buzz and come on YouTube and chat with everybody. But when you're cleaning up, you don't want to do that. You don't. You're going through like this self-discovery, like it's a whole thing, and you're not going to be on YouTube like in the chats like that. So when she went away, if you go back in my videos, I've always said I thought that could be a sign of her trying to straighten up. If they've straightened up, you know, I don't know. I just think that definitely the way to show that is not going on there cussing people out and shit like that. I agree, Cray. Get everything in order. Hey, sis. An attorney won't take the case because the parents aren't showing that they are doing the work to get them back. Okay, let's keep going.
And look, I made some videos about him. I got caught up in the Summer Wells case. I don't think any creators on YouTube really did a great job with that case. Let me know in the comments. I don't think
Ashton.
law enforcement
Thank
did a great
you.
job with that case. It's a shame what happened to Summer Wells. I don't even like talking about that case
Delaney,
because it's that ugly. But I got invested in it, and sure, I made some negative videos about him, and it probably wasn't the best thing for me to do. So I reached out to invite him on my show. If this was true, that he's raising money for his two sons.
Moz or M-Cause Moz. I'm sorry. We don't know. I don't know. I mean, I would assume that they would be if they want to try to get their kids back, but are they? Is that what they're doing? You know, we haven't heard from them directly.
CPS, he's going to regain them back. This is something I heard
and I think there's a gag order on the CPS case
on YouTube. I was going to open up my panel to him, give him 15-minute slot or whatever, and if people wanted to help, they could. All right. Again, I don't know what your opinions are about Don Wells, and again, this is not about Summer. This is about Don Wells getting his two sons back. So I did reach out, and we talked about a lot of things. Let me read it, and then I'll put the...
Oh, okay. Let's listen, because I only listened to the first little bit. I knew we were going to watch it together. I'm doing pretty good, Ashton. I am. Honestly, my emotions are all over because of this. But I'm really happy that Summer, we like her name. Look, I'm just happy that people are talking about her and the case is coming back to the front of people's minds. And yeah, they have been turned into some kind of celebrity. That is exactly what Nay said earlier. Two sons. I know. I heard that too. I know you don't know me. That's, you know.
He's on the screen, so you can read them yourself, just so you know that it's factual at least.
Okay. His hat.
What's up, dude? This is White Boy Radio. I don't know if you remember me calling you before those morons went up there or not, but we did speak.
Anyway, I heard on YouTube that you were trying to raise money to get your boys back, and I think that's a noble thing to do. And if you would like to come up on panel no more than 10 to 15 minutes, let me know a day and I'll set it up. I'm not going to ask any questions about Summer or anything like that. Just strictly keep it on your boys. Let me know, man. I installed this message app just to invite you on. I don't like a lot of messages personally, and I'll uninstall this after hearing your answer. No rush. Take care. Hope you have a good day.
A lawyer.
Then he says,
Me?
I'm going to read them just because it's easier, and we'll fast forward as they show. So Dawn says, I never asked for money. All I said was I need to make about $10,000 for a lawyer. Okay, interesting. Yes, I didn't mean you personally. I heard you were trying to raise money for a lawyer. Dawn, I know a lot of YouTubers have used you and done you dirty. That's not my intention. I just wanted to have you on for the purpose of you getting your boys back. No agenda. But why would you want that if you don't really know the situation? You know what I mean? That's just my personal first thought. It's like, okay, that's fine. You know, wanting to help him, that's great. Like, you know, that's fine. But you got to know what you're fighting to put these kids back into what's going on with them, that kind of stuff, in my opinion, but whatever. He says, I have to go work out of state and try to raise the money. White boy says, I can help you if you travel to Florida for work. Plenty of stuff going on because we just had a major hurricane. And Dawn said, I went there and seen a lot of drug activity, and a motel was $200 per night. So I jumped back on the freeway and came back home a month ago. Now we got to add.
What is the real story of January 6th?
Okay. So then he says, yeah, man, it's getting bad everywhere. Look, I want to be honest and tell you man to man, so you hear it from me rather than some YouTube channel looking for clout. It was Molly who gave me your phone number that day. I never had plans to protest in front of your house. I would never get you fired, too. All those people got weird after the Petito case, and my wife and I caught them in so many lies when they took off to Tennessee. Don says, is this JLR? And he says, no, dude, LOL, F him, too. And he says, sorry. Don said, sorry. He says, this is White Boy Radio. Don said, okay. He said, LOL, you don't remember me calling you before the tragedy pimps took off to Tennessee? Don said, it's been a while. Sorry. White Boy says, it's all good anyway. Yeah, them people changed, all of them. Just wanted to tell you that. Don said, awesome, thanks. No worries. Let me know if you want to come up on panel to talk about getting the lawyer and raising money for your boys, bro. We don't have to be on for an hour or nothing long, like 10 to 15 minutes. Wow. Don says, okay, thank you, but I don't want to ask people for money. Wow. I get it. Look into making a GoFundMe page. It's pretty easy. I feel awkward asking people for money as well from people I don't know, but you do have a lot of support online. It's for a good cause as well. I think people would help you getting your boys back. Okay, wait. So he didn't want the money because on Cracking Cases, they were all saying, wait, was he asking about you for about raising $10,000? Yeah. And then Betty's like, yeah, me too. Chasing Truth was like, yeah, me too. So, yeah, is this JLR? I know. I don't know, Ashton. I hope so. I know, Amber. He did. He really did. Oh, thank you, Eris. You're so sweet. Pointer lover, I wouldn't let my dogs live there. Sis. But you know what? A&E equals tragedy pimps. I find the people who stream and upload as the anti-tragedy pimps are worse in terms of character than the pimps. So there's someone acting to be... No, this is Dawn. Let's keep going, though. I didn't know about that, the real Rockin' Robin. Okay, so... He says, anyway, yeah, then people changed. And he says, awesome, thanks. Don't want to ask for money. Okay, then if you would do it, Dawn says, if you do it, would go straight to a real lawyer. Okay, hold on. So it seems like he comes around to the idea of it, maybe. Is this JLR? Sorry. Okay, if you do it, it would go straight to a real lawyer. We have court-appointed lawyers, but they work for the state. We can never get a hold of them, and they never call us back. I'm afraid if we don't get a real lawyer, we're going to lose our boys to the system. God bless and thanks. Oh, my God, that's just sad. I mean, I'm not saying they need to get them back. I'm not saying anything in regards to that either way, okay, because I'm just a person on YouTube. I have no idea. I've not been in their home, and I think that that's important for me to say. But for any kid to be stuck or lost in the system that we have right now is devastating because it is completely broken. Those kids, man, it's just... This guy has honest, good intentions. He's not a tragedy pimp. If Don was clear about the money aspect, believe what he shows. Others have ulterior motives to twist things. He brings receipts. Do you have a favorite sport? Nah, not really. I like watching football, but Yeah, sure, Real Rockin' Robin. Of course. I don't mind that. I don't get mad when people put other channels in here and stuff. No, it's fucking Don Wells. He's trying, unless I'm live and they come in and they're like, I'm live. Come on over. I think that's a little bit rude, but other than that, or like, hey, I'm going live in 10 minutes and we haven't talked about it or something, you know. He's trying to get $10,000 fast cash. That's all that anybody entertains is giving these pieces of shit money is beyond ignorant. It's just strange how we've got the creators who have always been on the wells being guilty. And now I know, Mama Bear, that's true. Tennessee system is horrible. Mm-mm-mm. No way in heck they'll ever have those kids. But they want help from people, and he's not supposed to be on YouTube at all, but they keep pulling in, oh, he's not supposed to be on YouTube? He had a lawyer. I believe they already lost the boys. No money can get those kids back to them. Maybe they're just changing their tactics. Okay, so he says, you know, he doesn't want the kids lost in the system. That's where we stopped. That just hit me in the gut, you guys. I'm sorry, but I've just seen so many kids. I know that LFT and Tio were talking about trying to do a special on that, kids that were like in the system. And that is something I've talked about on my channel consistently, because almost every single case that I cover, and I specifically do usually kids, the system is always twisted in there somehow. And oftentimes they're even in foster care while they're being abused. They're given back to their parents, like Harmony Montgomery. I mean, it's unbelievable. Something has to change. It just does. Okay, so White Boy says back to him, let me know if I can help you, dude. We got off on the wrong foot by shit people. None of that was my intention. Just reach out to me. You have an open invite. Be safe. Have a good day. Don says, awesome, bro. Sounds great. Thanks for continued support of our daughter. God bless. All our money is going to child support funds and this house. I'm going out of state to work, hopefully to make some good money. Right on, man. I forget where them tornadoes just hit, but they were pretty bad. Check it out. Plenty of new construction. I think that's the last one. Let's hear what he says to wrap it up, though. I don't really want to. Okay.
Here's the conclusion. I reached out to Don Wells because I heard some stuff on he's out of jail now and he wants to get his boys back. And he's trying to raise money. That was misinformation.
Yeah, I personally I don't look at her like that at all. I know her personally, and she honestly cares a lot about Summer and Quentin. I think that she just wanted to help the family, and then she got like talking to them and started seeing red flags, and she did show us every message that they had. She was really, I don't know. I really like Cher, and I haven't talked to her in a few weeks. I've been busy with Idaho and stuff, but it doesn't matter. I still, Cher is a friend of mine, and I do not feel that way. I respect, anybody's opinion, but yeah, I don't want to talk about anybody talking about creators bad in here. I don't mind if you mention any creator good, but okay. Alex Erickson, I'd love to know if these boys want to go home. Pointer Lover, we had people coming forward a few months ago, saying that they were telling all kinds of stuff. Now, I don't know how they would know that because, it's closed to the public, but do you think if we knew where she was, we would fucking said, what, Geoff? Who are you? What do you mean? I know there's a lot of good ones where Summer. I agree with that. I mean, my brother, my brother, he just adopted 6 kids, and they have another foster kid. They were fostering 6 brothers and sisters, and then they wanted to split them up, so they adopted them all. Now they have a baby who, when they got her, she had, like, her face was broken, her arm was broken. She's only like a year and something old. She couldn't even walk. I can't remember all the things that, it was horrific. And so I know there's good ones out there, but still. Here comes a car. I'm sorry, you guys. No, that's okay, Aaron. I mean, that's okay. No problem. I just, you know what I mean. I was just saying kind of how I felt. Okay, hold on.
Information. I invited him to come on and see, for the people who maybe subscribe to me that do support him, if they'd help him out in this cause. He doesn't want to ask anybody for money. This is more misinformation on the guy. If you can recall the Summer Wells case, there's a lot of misinformation.
I'm so glad that we took the time to watch this, because now we know he actually was not asking for money. You know, that's interesting, because it was put out there as if he was. So, oh, thank you, Lisa. I want to too. I really, really do. I just am not in the place right now, but I would love to. Would the boys be able to go home if they're still under gag order? So I think the gag order is not about Summer at all. It's just about the family court and the custody stuff. So I think if they were ever able to go home, that would be over, you know? Yeah, it is good to know the truth. I mean, there's so much chaos with this.
He's basically trying to get work. I think this got taken out of context. I think he told somebody what his goal was, and he needs to get money. You know, this guy, man. I'm glad I got to apologize to the guy. Because
I am so glad that we had the opportunity to hear this, because I didn't want to spread misinformation either.
That family went through a lot. People can argue. They put themselves on social media. They opened the door for this. I get all that. People can argue, hey, look, Summer, they weren't the best. I get it all. But, you know, I think people get caught up with what they see on YouTube sometimes. The information they can take in on.
Okay, so we're done with that one. Now, he also shared Dolly's live. That's the one I called into. I sounded like a big dummy. I mean, let me see. I've got it right here. Hold on just a moment. Hold on one sec, you guys. I don't care who likes or doesn't like who on YouTube. This is about finding Summer. I agree. That's exactly how I feel. It's like, I don't care. Like, even about Dolly, I know a lot of people have issues with him and stuff like that, and that is fine. You know, I respect why people feel that way. However, I am glad that he didn't just listen to, you know, people around him and just go hard at the family, and he took the opportunity to listen and talk and that kind of stuff. Rescue mom is a no drama mama. Okay, let's see. I don't always agree with her often, but I always respect her approach to research and putting out content. In my opinion, I also don't think she meant any harm. Yeah, I think that case. Oh,
okay. I don't know. For a long time, to me, that's how they felt about me. Then once I really got out, it was the very first time on Ben Hill Road, the realness of it sank in. Like, you could see her power wheels. It's like, you're like, this ain't a TV show. This is real as shit. And then it broke my heart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was so much heartbroken when I was watching it on the internet. But when I got there and seen it, that's what hooked me. You know, I was like, wow, this is... You know, it's totally different.
And it is totally different. That's the live. Like, most of it was about Idaho. But
I actually went there as well. I didn't meet Dawn and Candace. They weren't even staying in their house when I was there. I went there around June of last year, and yeah, it was totally different seeing it in person. Like, seeing the sign at the end of Ben Hill Road with the little Paw Patrol. Is that still there, by the way?
Yeah, it's still there.
Okay. And I gotta
And the
ask you.
signs are still there, so everything's still just the way it was, you know, and that's even sadder. You know?
Oh, wow.
I was just like, man, it's like I don't know. You hoping for change and something different, but right now we just still got the same result.
Right. Well, were there signs like in the like I know there's the 2 signs at the end of Ben Hill, but what about like in Kingsport, or did you see anything about summer in the community?
I didn't, but when I go down there in March.
That kills me, you guys. So this was just like I called in, and I think that was it. Oh, I did ask, do you think that one person, having met them, that maybe one of them is guilty and one of them isn't? Because he said that, he spoke kind of highly of Don after being with him and hanging out with him that day. Jen Lou, I completely agree. I love that. To see people, yeah, I completely agree. Can't get too mad at someone who says, wait, I've learned more and I need to process. Perhaps I was too quick to judge. Well, I think that we all have to it's hard, right? To look back at, me and Nay were talking about this earlier, like to have the self-awareness to look at yourself and your actions and kind of try to do better, but also honestly, call yourself out. But I think we all need to do that. And I think that Idaho should be a huge, huge, huge point for us to really realize that many of us thought so many people looked guilty and they were not. Jack S. Oh, he's acting so weird in that Grub Chuck video. Watch his body language. He's hiding from the camera. Oh, look at this. He puts his hat on. He does this. Jack D. He lives right next door. He has the white car. Oh, my God. Oh, Emily. And then, Emily is Brian's sister. The things, I just think that we all have to realize, look, things may look a certain way on YouTube, just like Jack D, everything lined up. He lives right there. He has the same car there, blah, 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 blah. The phone calls, this, that. I told Adam everything. Everything may look like it lines up perfectly, but we could still be wrong. It's the internet. It's not reality. You can make anything look like anything, I mean, yeah. Totally agree, you guys. So yeah, I do know that Athena was found. I know you are talking about that. I think Teresa said that she's going to cover that tonight. Let me see if it's linked yet. I've investigated the area through the internet, and I found that sadly a lot of human trafficking cases happen around there. I went through and I investigated each person individually. We have some odd neighbors, friends of the family, even the sheriff. I did a video like trying to dive into his background and that kind of stuff. And also did a video on all the sex offenders in the area, which there were many of them within just a mile or two. They did look I'm telling you, I thought so too. And now look what's happening with Dylan. I feel bad for Dylan, you guys. She's live now. Okay, we're gonna go watch it. I feel really bad for Dylan. She I don't know. We don't even know if she saw him. I really don't think that she did. Or vice versa. We don't even know if he saw her, and I don't think that he did. Because it just doesn't, to me, it doesn't make sense. Maybe he did, and he just wanted to get out of there quickly. But, we don't know. That's the point. We just don't know. We need to stop crucifying people without all the facts and without being there in person. In person is a whole nother perspective. Okay, so... Yep, I'm going to go over to Teresa's. I hope that you guys will go over there with me. I want to hear about this. I know that Athena was found. Yeah, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love and appreciate you all so much. I really do. Now I try hard not to marry myself to any one theory. Try to keep an open mind. Sometimes I'm right about a hunch. Sometimes I'm wrong. I just want the truth. Me too. Absolutely. Let's go, Nadie. All right. I will see you guys over there. Tomorrow we can talk about some of this other stuff. Like, did you guys see? I put it on my TikTok, but I didn't put it on YouTube. But there was now a police source apparently talked to people and said that Brian was contacting one of the victims several times before, everything happened. There's some interesting stuff. I'll see what I can find, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, I love you guys too, Rescue Mom. I really, really do. Yep, let's go raid her live. Thank you, Real Rockin' Robin. That is so true, Zoots and Boots. The thoughtful gift of being aware is invaluable. Thank you, Lynn, and good to see you, beautiful. So glad I was able to catch most of a live. Love and appreciate you, Alex. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Love and appreciate you guys too. And yeah. I hope to see you guys tomorrow or over in Teresa's. Oh, Riddler, you're the best. I love you so much. Thank you, guys. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, I'm going to try to see you guys tomorrow around like 11 in the morning instead of an evening thing. So, yeah, I hope to see you then, and bye. If you're a friend of David, he will being out there. What, Woofy? Okay, bye, guys. Bye.